Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Peteman Reviews. Today we are reviewing the Legends Titans Return release of Scourge. Legends version because it's the Japanese variant, which is called Legends, but it's effectively a Titans Return character. Why get the Legends version? Colour scheme. The colour scheme on this is impeccable. It's the correct colours for Scourge and a proper release of Scourge. There have been many releases of Scourge over the years. Not as many as Cyclonus, it has to be said, but there's still been many releases of Scourge over the years. For me, this is the one that does it nearly perfectly, because he has a sweep appearance, so the kind of hovercraft effect. Sweep, we just take the gun out of the way. He looks like pretty much like he did in the film. Not quite. The sweep has been slightly modified, and a proper robot version as well, without the stupid head that the original had. I'm not a fan of the original G1 release of Scourge. In sweep mode, like he is here, it's not too bad. I can live with it, but the robot mode is awful. Same as Cyclonus, the same as Galvatron. The G1 robot modes are really lacking for those three. Not so with this guy. It looks great. So, say the colour scheme's good. I like the Decepticon symbol on there. You've got his classic hairdryer on the head there. You've got a little window here, which gives the impression that the pilot can sit in there. I don't actually think he can. So he kind of has to sit on a little gun, but the gun effectively is a bit of an homage to his Target Master mode as well, as that's where Fracas used to sit. They even called this little guy Fracas, but of course Scourge was never a headmaster, he was a Target Master. And so that's quite nice that the Target Master gun appears to be able to sit in the Target Master position. Transforming Scourge is actually relatively simple and straightforward. Start off, the hairdryer bit comes off. Oh, that's new, and if you're really clever you can throw it on the floor as well to get it totally out of the way. Okay, so full transformation then. We start off with these parts here, which just flip out of the way, flip up like that, flip up like that. The bulk of Scourge is underneath, as you can see here. Just flip the arms up here, because what we now want to do is just unhinge your legs like that. These rotate down, these rotate down. Make sure the body is this part here is fully extended. It will need to rotate that way round and just slot back up there. Okay, we continue with the legs. The feet, I particularly like the feet on Scourge, because you do that to prove one part of the foot, and then you've now got a little tap here, and the rest of the foot comes out. What I like about it is it's such an elegant solution, and it works every time. Nothing gets caught. You don't have to sit there with a needle or something and try and pull it out. It works every time. This bit out here just rotates round here. I probably did the feet a little bit too early. I got so excited with it. Comes there. Right, now these are the front of Scourge. His feet here, so you've got his classic knees here, which is a bit like Galvatron, but the classic knees like that. Arms, well, you've got the typical hand release like that. Put the arms like so. And then you can have his wings out like that. So, we have Scourge released. I'm going to put the arms back down a bit there, so I think that looks a bit better. On to his headmaster. As you would expect with all the headmasters, you just flip it like that. And then we have a headmaster release of Scourge. Pop it in. And then, to give the hairdryer effect again, this just pops up like that to give you a little hairdryer on the head. Finally, the hairdryer that we did pop off will fit onto the top part here of the larger gun to give him a triple-barreled gun. You could have it as two separate weapons, one weapon, another weapon, but I quite like having the triple-barreled gun, which Scourge will then hold like so. It's a really good figure. Really like the robot version of Scourge here as well. If we zoom in, the detailing on the face is particularly good. It's very reminiscent of Scourge. Obviously, you've got a little bit of, you see that behind the blue of his face, you've got a little bit of white, which is the excess headmaster mode. It's it shouldn't really be there. Obviously, they've had to have it there because you've got to have a headmaster there. But it's so that's why the colours are a bit off there, because it's actually a bit larger than Scourge's head should really be. But otherwise, it's good. You know, the body work is particularly good. You've got the knees are correct. You know, it's a really convincing version of Scourge in the correct colours as well. We compare him with the, I can't remember if it's Universal Generations, I think it might possibly be Generations version of Scourge here, who has a tendency to want to do the splits. There we go. Bit of dirt on it, that's not good. And you can see the difference in colours here. One's the older one, the smaller guy version, is much darker blue. But also we can see the similarities with the head. So while it's a very similar head structure, it's much darker here than it is here, but it's very similar with the beards. Why did Scourge Cyclones and Galvatron all have beards? No, I think Alpha Trion had a beard, but he's the only one where the beard actually grew. I don't know what that's all about, but why did these guys all have so much facial hair? Obviously that was the in thing in 1986, but never mind. And the two work well together, but obviously the one on the left is an updated version of Scourge, whereas the one on the right is intended to be an homage to the original Scourge. So between the two of them, you know, both work really well, but I have to say that Titans Return, or at least the Legends release of Titans Return Scourge, is the superior model. I really like it. It's the only proper, in my view, release of Scourge there's been. The G1 version just doesn't work as a robot. This one does. Okay, thank you very much for watching. We have one Titans Return Legends video left to do, and that will be Hardhead, and I'll see you on the next episode for that. Thank you. Goodbye.